Strasburg 1, Brush nothing as we head to the top of the second inning in Strasburg. It'll be Shea Hansen, Colby Waitert, and Daniel Soto for Brush against hard-throwing right-hander Aaron Schlegel. The Bay Diggers had a leadoff walk to Gregory Mares, but he was doubled up on a line drive hit by Trevor Blake to the third baseman, Engholm. And again, Schlegel operates out of the stretch with the bases empty. And the offering. Fastball is popped foul and well off to the right. And it is 0-1. Swain lays down the sign. Schlegel looks in, and the 0-1. And the curveball is hit off the end of the bat to the third baseman, Engholm, on a Sunday hop, throws low to first, and off the bag and safe. Wide of the bag, the stretch made over there by the first baseman, Whitehead, but his foot was clearly off the bag, and that's an error on the third baseman, Engholm, as Hansen reaches on the wide throw. That'll bring up Colby Waitert. So the Bay Diggers have leadoff men in each of the first two innings. The stretch and the offering. Fastball is a strike at the knees. And it is 0-1. A short lead for Hansen at first, about a step and a half. Waitert to Waits. Fastball is on the inside corner, thigh high. He thought it might have been two inside. It's 0-2. No balls and two strikes to Waitert. Strasburg leads 1-0 in the second inning. The pitch. Curveball is hit high and deep into right field. That ball's got lots of travel way back towards the track. That catches. Ball is dropped out there in a routine play, and over to second is Hansen. Under it was Huser, but he dropped the ball, and that's two errors to begin the inning. I mean, that was very routine over there, even though the ball was hit pretty deep. First and second now after the error by Huser, which was preceded by the error from the third baseman, Bryson Engholm. And there's Daniel Soto. I mean, that looked like it hit him right in the glove and just didn't squeeze it. Pitch to Soto. Fastball is a strike on the inner half belt high. It's 0-1. And the ball certainly carried out the right field. But it was a routine play in the end. And the curveball is upstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike. Off of second is Hansen. Waitert at first. Swain lays down the sign. And the 1-1 pitch. And that bounces in on the fastball. Ball 2, strike 1. Strasburg leads 1-0 on an RBI ground out from Aaron Schlegel in the bottom of the first inning. Soto awaits the 2-1 pitch. Swing! A miss on a fastball that he couldn't catch up to. And the count stays at 2-2. To Daniel Soto. Hansen leads off of second. Waitert at first. The offering. Curveball is tapped foul at the plate. Count remains at 2-2. Your one-stop shop for all of your banking and investment needs, from checking to savings to IRAs, is Morgan Federal Bank. 321 Ensign Street, Morgan Federal Bank. There's a difference. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender. Another 2-2 pitch to Soto. Here it is. Swung on and fouled back. Again, Schlegel went with a heat. Soto got a piece of it to remain alive. It stays at 2-2 with Mitch Tormolen on deck. Again, the runners take their leads. Swain lays down the sign. Schlegel stretches. 2-2. Took something off of that low and away, and it's 3-2. That might have been the Schlegel changeup. Here's a big pitch in this inning with the Beat Diggers down 1-0. We're only in the second, but they could be threatening big time. 3-2. That is a called strike 3, a fastball in the inside corner, and there's one down. Second strikeout for Aaron Schlegel. Here comes Mitch Tormolen. An excellent pitch by Schlegel when he needed it the most after a couple of errors were committed. Tormolen also from the right side. The stretch by Schlegel. And the pitch swung on and driven down the line, but it's twisting foul and out of play on the right side. It's 0-1. A lot of late swings against Schlegel in the early going. Ironically, one of the harder hit balls was a line drive caught by the third baseman Engholm that resulted in a double play. The 0-1 curveball is tapped foul off the right hand of the catcher, maybe the right arm of the catcher, Swain, and it's 0-2. And the Beat Diggers, like many other teams in the Patriot League, are primarily now on a Saturday, Tuesday, Thursday schedule. Balls and 2 strikes to Tormollen. Strasburg leads 1-0 in the top of the second inning. As Ken Garcia struggled to begin the first with a couple of walks, but then eventually minimized the damage. Hansen at second, Waylert at first. Both reach via the air. 1 down in the second. No balls and 2 strikes to Tormollen. The stretch. And the offering. Curveball is low and away. 1-2. The Beat Diggers, after their victory yesterday over Lions, are over 500 for the first time this year at 5-4. Strasburg was 5-4 before the loss yesterday to University. And the 1-2 swung on and fouled back, challenged him with a fastball up at the letters. Count remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes. To Mitch Tormollen. Again, Swain lays down the sign. And the offering. Fastball called strike 3 right down the middle at the knees. And Tormollen is strikeout victim number 3 for Aaron Schlegel. And the second consecutive called third strike. Here is Ken Garcia, who's had a stellar season at the plate. 3 hits and 3 RBIs on Tuesday against Highland. Yesterday had a 2-run double in that 6-run 5th inning. The Beat Diggers won 6-2, and that fastball is up and in. 1 ball and no strikes to Garcia. Beat Diggers at first and second, no out. Now there's 2 down with the same situation. Fastball right there for a strike just below the belt, and it's 1-1. Looking in is Schlegel. The stretch. 1-1. Swung on, and that ball is driven foul on the ground on the right side. Got out in front of the changeup. It's 1-2. Schlegel 1 pitch away from striking out the side. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. In the second, Strasburg leads 1-0. The pitch swung on and fouled back. He challenged Garcia with a fastball, and Garcia got a piece of it. Temperature today is supposed to get into the 60s. We're not there yet. But it is getting warmer as the game progresses. The 1-2 to Garcia. Swung on and fouled on the breaking ball to the screen. Count remains at 1-2. Yeah, we had a great pitcher's duel yesterday. Scoreless until the 5th inning between Rush's Ryan Hirschfeld and Lions' Taylor Keene before the Beat Diggers got to Keene for 6 runs in the 5th inning. Got 2 good pitchers here. The righty in Schlegel and the lefty in Garcia. Swain is going to go talk to his pitcher. 1305 Edison Street in Brush. CNC Auto Parts is your local Napa Auto Parts store. That's CNC Auto Parts. 1 ball and 2 strikes once again to the Beat Digger pitcher. And the only left-handed hitter in this lineup, Ken Garcia. Runners take their leads. The offering. Swung on and fouled back. Again, Garcia a little bit late on that swing of the fastball, but he does remain alive. And the good thing is that you work this pitcher. Because when you're a fastball pitcher, the more pitches you throw, the faster you wear down. 1-2 runners going, and that is up and away. The throw to third, the Hansen slide, and he's going to be safe. He got around the tag by Engholm. The stolen base for Hansen, remaining at first, was Waylert. And it is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Good job of Hansen sliding towards the outfield side of the third base bag. the throw by Swain was very good. 2-2. The pitch swung on and hit in the air down the left field line into foul territory. Engholm is twisting, and the ball lands fair, but for some reason Hansen is not running. Now the throw to first on a hop, safe, and Hansen stays at third. Oh, that was a brutal base running mistake by Hansen, and that's going to result in an error only because the throw on a hop was right there to the first baseman, Whitehead, and he couldn't handle it. So that's actually going to go, well, what are they doing now? That ball landed. There you go. We'll have a courtesy runner. God did not for Garcia, but that's going to result in an error because he would have been out. The third error of the inning. And we'll call that on the first baseman Whitehead only because that throw was on one perfect hop over there. But that was just, I don't know what was happening at third base over there. That is a brutal mistake by the Bead Diggers. With 2 outs and Hansen didn't even move. He thought the ball was foul, which it started off foul by about 5 feet. But that's the problem in baseball. You don't take that for granted. Now the Bead Diggers might blow the opportunity. And even Garcia, no reason that he should have nearly been thrown out at first because he wasn't running out of the box either. He took off only when he saw the ball drift into fair territory and land just beyond the third base bag. The pitch, and that's a strike, a fastball down the middle at the knees to Dylan Acosta. It's 0-1. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't care what level you're at. That is totally inexcusable when you're talking about not running it out on both ends, from third to the plate and from home to first. I know the ball started off foul, but again, swing and a miss. Acosta late on that fastball. It's 0-2, and that could very well cost the Bead Diggers a run. Yeah, Waitert was moving from first to second, but he had to stay there because there was no movement from the lead base runner. 0-2, swing and a miss. Acosta struck out on 3 fastballs. Boy, that is frustrating. The Bead Diggers have no runs, no hits. There were 3 errors, and the bases were left loaded. After an inning and a half, Strasburg 1, Brush nothing on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. With the score, Strasburg 1, Brush nothing. With the Indians coming up here, it'll be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters, Brian Lay, Tommy Moore, and Brandon Huser against left-hander Ken Garcia. As the Bead Diggers had an opportunity to score there. I mean, clearly, again, what happened is that in that at-bat by Ken Garcia hit that fly ball that was a few feet foul up the third baseline, just beyond the third base bag, and then the wind took it fair, but Hansen didn't take off for home, and Mark Moniz, the head coach and the third base coach, did not signal Hansen to take off, and unfortunately, that resulted in not scoring a run, but that'll happen. The Bead Diggers can recover from that as they have in the past. That pitch is down and in, 1 ball, no strikes. But that's why with Colorado baseball, I guess you find out pretty quickly you can't assume anything. And I will admit myself that there's no doubt that that ball was going to be foul from the time it left the bat, but the wind just took it, and the game of assumption took over. Fastball is upstairs, 2-0 to Brian Lay, the right-hander hitting shortstop. To lead off the second inning. Lay, Tommy Moore, and Huser here in the second. 2-0, and that's a strike. Took something off of that one just above the knees. It's 2-1. Strasburg scored their run on an RBI groundout from Aaron Schlegel. 2-1 to Brian Lay. Swung on foul back off the changeup, and the count goes to 2-2. You go, Brad. 2 balls and 2 strikes to lead off the bottom of the second is the Strasburg shortstop Brian Lay. The pitch, and the curveballs are called strike 3. A perfect pitch. Bell Pine, there's 1 down. Second strikeout from Ken Garcia. Here's Tommy Moore, the right-handed hitting second baseman. Strasburg has a run on no hits. Neither team has a hit in the game yet. We're only in the bottom of the second inning, but there have been quite a few base runners. The pitch swung on and lined off the pitcher to the second baseman, Cohen, and then he can't field it, and then they'll throw to first. Well, I got to tell you, I'm going to call that an error. Only because it was hit hard, but it was clearly a routine play for Cohen out there at second, and somehow he couldn't make it. Would have been a base hit had it not hit Garcia, or Garcia not got a glove on it. Instead, the Beatniggers have their first error of the game. The stretch here is Brandon Huser. The pitch, and that changeup is inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Yeah, the fielding has been sloppy so far, with 3 errors from Strasburg and 1 by Brush. The stretch by Garcia. And the pitch swung on and lifted into right field. Should be a routine play. Back goes Soto. He's under it and makes the catch. Retreating to first is Moore. There's 2 down in the bottom of the second inning. Garcia had Huser out in front of that changeup. Here's Brandon Whitehead, the first baseman. Yeah, he's been busy defensively. Strasburg leads 1-0, bottom of the second inning. See Mike Boehm at the Farmers Insurance Group, 216 Edison Street in Brush. That's Mike Boehm at the Farmers Insurance Group. The pitch, fastball, is a little bit high. 1 ball and no strikes. And the wind picks up a little bit more in Strasburg. Whitehead in the 9th spot in this lineup. And the offering. Strike on the inside corner, belt high. 1-1 as Garcia went with a heat. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 on, 2 down. Strasburg leads 1-0 in the bottom of the second inning. And the offering. The curveball is up and away. Ball 2, strike 1 to the right-handed hitting first baseman. Yeah, Whitehead is one of those rarities who throws left and bats right. More common to see the opposite, the right-handed throw and the left-handed hitter. 2-1, and the pitch swung on and fouled off the umpire. It's 2-2. Garcia went with a changeup again, and Blake is going to go and talk to his pitcher. Garcia threw 25 pitches in the opening inning. He's thrown just 12 here in the second. Schlegel's been worked over quite a bit. Schlegel's already thrown 46 pitches in this game. 2-2 to Brandon Whitehead. The stretch. And Garcia delivers. Swing and a miss. He got him on an upstairs fastball. The inning is over. 3rd strikeout for Garcia. No runs, no hits, a Beatnicker error, and a man left. 2 complete. It's Strasburg 1, Brush nothing. This is 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com.